All right, so week 9 of the NFL season is coming to a close, and for the Chicago Bears, they take a heartbreaking loss to the Steelers on Monday night. Personally, to me, one of the greatest Monday night games I've ever watched. The Bears deserve to win this game. I'm going to recap it. I'm going to tell y'all why. As usual, I'm going to give y'all grades for offense, defense, special teams, play calling. Without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video, back at it with another recap video. Real quick before we start the recap video, as usual, I have 2 giveaways going on right now, one for a free Amazon gift card, one for a free PSN gift card. If you look at the top right corner of your screen, you should see an eye pop up right now. Click that eye, go to those 2 videos, make sure you leave a comment on the video, make sure you like the video, and make sure you subscribe, and you'll automatically be entered into the giveaway. I'll choose a random winner at the end of the month for both gift cards, so be looking out for that. The Bears take a crushing loss to the Steelers, and a game the Steelers did not deserve to win, in my opinion. But let's get right into it. Let's start with offense. Real quickly, total yards for the Bears, 414 total yards, 278 passing yards, 136 rushing yards. They had 20 first downs, 12 penalties. I'm going to get to that in a minute because I feel a certain type of way. They turned the ball over twice. They gave up 3 sacks, and they had the ball for like 29 minutes. Justin Fields, that man is a monster. You could see he grew up before our eyes on Monday night. Composed. He knew when to take off and run, and when the pressure broke down, he threw the ball away in some clutch situations. Did you see some of the throws he was making into tight windows? There was one to Cole Kmet. There was one to Allen Robinson. You know, he's a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes, but he's clutch. Bottom line, period. He's clutch. This dude was... The numbers might not show it, but he was amazing. He went 17 of 29, He had 291 yards passing. He averaged 17.1 yards per throw. 1 touchdown, which was to Darnell Mooney. 1 interception. I kind of don't count that. It got batted down at the line. Cam Hayward took it away. Can't do nothing about that. He got sacked 3 times, but he played good. He had an 89.9 rating. He had his best game of the season. Period. He showed that he's the franchise quarterback of this team for the future. Composed, strong arm, sensed pressure. He knew when to get out, but at the same time, he had some throws that were questionable. He missed some throws. There was one throw he missed to Darnell Mooney. He was streaking right down the middle of the field, if I'm not mistaken. Well, down the sideline, Mooney tried to dive for it, but it was too far in front. He barely missed him, though. Barely. One thing I will say about Justin Fields, he gets hit hard. There is no reason, like, if you watch the Monday night game, and I'm going to get more into the refs as I go in, but that officiating was horrid. Like, horrendous. You're letting Justin Fields get killed back there. There was a clear roughing passer call. I forget the guy's name for the Steelers. I think it was it Taco Charlton? I don't know. But he took 2 steps, and the clear rule for roughing the passer is you take 2 steps, and if you hit the QB after those 2 steps, it is a roughing the passer. They didn't call it. There was another play where Fields threw for a touchdown. James Daniels got called for a low chop block or something like that. He didn't even touch the guy. Bad penalty, took the touchdown off the board. He got hit in the head twice, didn't call it. You know, they're letting him take a beating, and I feel a certain type of way. But he overcame adversity, and he showed that he's tough, he's gritty, and he's basically made out of adamite. So, he played well. I think he deserved to win. He put us in so many clutch situations. He deserved to win this game. Dave Montgomery, he had 13 attempts for 63 yards. He averaged 4.8 yards per carry. Justin Fields, he had 8 attempts rushing, 45 yards, 5.6 yards per carry. Darnell Mooney got a touchdown off of rushing play in a wildcat formation. Wasn't the big fan of it at the time, but made a good cut up field, got into the end zone. Rushing game was okay. It set up some key things, but it wasn't like It was Montgomery's first game back, so I didn't expect much. Receiving, keep it quick. Cole Kmet had 8 targets. He had 6 receptions for 87 yards. This was his best game of the season. Cole Kmet showed that he could be effective in this offense. Allen Robinson got more involved. He had 6 targets for 4 receptions, 68 yards. Marquise Goodwin, he got kind of involved, 4 targets. He only had 1 reception, but it was a big 50-yard throw, which was Justin Fields' longest throw of the night. Darnell Mooney obviously had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. He had 6 targets, 3 receptions, 41 yards. One missed opportunity in the red zone, I will say, for offense, is that Jimmy Graham dropped a clear-cut touchdown pass from Justin Fields on a tight end fade. He dropped it. Graham has to come up with those catches, bottom line, period. That's why they have him. I've advocated to use your tight ends in the red zone, but they have to make the catch in the red zone. Overall, offense gets a B. They scored 24 points. What more do you want? This was the best game of the season. When do you ever see the Bears this season get 414 yards total? I think they played pretty well. B+. Defense. I felt defense didn't show up how I want. They gave up 29 points, but they played hard. I will say that they played hard. They didn't get clutch stops when you needed them to. Robert Quinn kept lining up offsides. That's something they have to fix. A lot of penalties on defense. Jalen Johnson got a pass interference. The one that really ticked me off was I think his name is Cassius Marsh. I haven't even heard of this dude before. He got a clutch sack. He got up, did like a little ninja spin kick, and then looked at the sideline. And then he bumps into the referee, or should I say the referee bumped into him, and the referee calls him for taunting. Look, that's blatant. That referee should be fined, and he probably shouldn't ref another game. That's abysmal. He blatantly bumped into Cassius Marsh on purpose. It felt like the refs had it out for the Bears the entire game. They had 12 penalties, and they gave up 20 yards on those penalties? The Steelers only had, 4 penalties in total? They had 5, but they didn't have near as many costly penalties that the Bears did. Now, some of that's their own fault because they keep getting penalties after dead balls. Mario Edwards got another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Angelo Blackson, he got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But the reffing in that game was horrid. And the fact that the Bears were still in that game, despite the refs, shows something about the Bears. But defense, they didn't come up clutch necessarily. Roquan Smith, he had 12 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack. He played well. Everybody else, on and off. Kendall Vildor, he got burnt towards the last drive of the game. I don't know what he was doing. He missed an assignment. He had been getting burnt before then. I do feel like he's getting kind of unfairly picked on because before that Pat Freiermuth touchdown, he was playing well. But I still stand by what I say. He cannot be your number 2 corner. Jalen Johnson, he didn't have a pretty good game either. He got another pass interference call, and he just didn't play well. But overall, I think the Steelers got helped a lot by the refs because they only got 280 yards of total offense. Now I'm saying this, but they only averaged 4.5 yards per play in both passing and running. So they didn't play well. They didn't deserve to win this game, in my opinion. They didn't play well at all. But the defense didn't play well enough to get the Bears to win, especially in crunch time. I give them a D-. They played harder than they did last week, but still it wasn't good enough. D-. Moving on to special teams. Cairo Santos, I feel bad for him. He had made 39 consecutive field goals. Sorry, I almost said free throws. They put him in an impossible situation. He was trying to make like a 65-yarder, and it came up short. It didn't hit the crossbar, but I like to believe it hit the crossbar, so because that just makes me feel better. But he had a good game. He hit 2 field goals. That 1 field goal he missed, it was who's going to hit that except Justin Tucker? Let's be real. Jakeem Grant, he had an okay game, but that fumble on that, what was it, a punt return or kick return? I cannot remember at the moment, but he fumbled on a return, which cost the Bears crucial time on the clock, and they still found a way to get the touchdown on that next drive. But Jakeem has to know, I like his aggressiveness, but he has to know when to take a step back and take the fair catch. So they get a B minus, just because of Jakeem's costly fumble. Coaching, play calling. Let's get one thing out of the way. Sean Desai automatically gets an F, because in the most crucial stage of the game, not only are your players undisciplined, but why is Robert Quinn in coverage at a crucial spot in the game? You're not telling Robert Quinn to step back a little bit and stop lining up in the neutral zone. He didn't draw up many blitzes. They sacked Roethlisberger 4 times, but I would like to see Roethlisberger go down more than 4 times. He's not a mover. It looks painful to watch him run. I'm sorry. But he didn't draw up enough blitzes, and when he did, it was already too late. There were sometimes he drew up blitzes when you needed to play soft coverage, and when you need to blitz, you played soft coverage. He just didn't have a good game at all, and that's been the case for him these last 4 games. I hope he can step it up going into the bye. But Matt Nagy, I'll say this: he got saved a little bit. Had Justin Fields not went off that second half, and had they not let the chains off of him, this game would have been his fault. Completely his fault. His play calling early on was not good whatsoever. There were still plays where you're in the red zone. There's a flashback to the Cleveland game in week 3. You don't go for it at the 5-yard line. It's 4th down. You go for it. Period. There were a couple more questionable play calls, an RPO that went nowhere. What else? Still drawing up 3-yard hitch routes for 3rd and 5 plays. That's not going to get you anywhere. But overall, he got saved a little bit. Justin Fields kind of took the heat off him a little bit. Let's just say that. Overall, play calling, I'll give him a C minus. I think with the offense scoring 24 points, I think that kind of bailed out the coaching a little bit. But the defense was so bad, at least in crucial situations, that you can't give him anything over a B. Reffing was still horrible. I will stand by that going into the bye. But overall, I think the Bears deserve to win this game. It's heartbreaking to know that they're going to go into the bye with a game they should have won. But yeah, that's just how it goes. I think the Steelers escaped. I think they know they escaped by the hairs of their chinny chin chin. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Quick update: I will not be making any more Bears videos until the bye is over. So expect a prediction video after the bye. Make sure you enter your name in the giveaway. Remember that I in the top right corner of the video. You can click on it. There'll be 2 videos there. Go comment, go like, and subscribe, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Follow me on social media, and I'm out. Peace.